你好，我们是全杰科技，我是高金海，我们现在开始为您做教学展示。
In a SEEP-W analysis, there are only two material property functions that need to be defined: hydraulic conductivity and volumetric water content, both expressed as a function of matrix suction. If you are going to model a steady-state problem, you only need to define the hydraulic conductivity function. If you are going to model a transient simulation, where the pore water pressures in the ground change with time, then you will also need to define a volumetric water content function. In GeoStudio 2007, these material property functions can be input manually as individual points, or they can be estimated using two available estimation options: using grain size data or utilizing the sample function database. To estimate the functions using the grain size data, the procedure is to first obtain the D10 and D60 values from the grain size curve. Then use these values to predict the volumetric water content function. The hydraulic conductivity is then estimated from this water content function. In SEEP-W, all functions are defined under the CHIEN menu. Add a function. You can name the function and then select a data point function type. Click on the Estimate button and choose Grain Size Data as the estimation method. Define the saturated water content and the D10 and D60 values in millimeters. You only need to define the liquid limit if it's greater than 30%. And you can modify the range over which the function will be estimated. Let's predict a second volumetric water content function, this time using the sample database. We are going to predict a function for a silt material. Type in a saturated water content and select silt from the drop-down list. For either of the functions we've created, you can manually adjust points or fine-tune the function in the Edit Data Points view. Since all the changes are made immediately, you can undo any changes using the Undo button. And if you hold the Control key down and highlight multiple functions in the list box, you can view the functions simultaneously. Once the volumetric water content functions exist, you can then predict the connectivity functions using the CHIEN menu. Add a new function, name it, and select Data Point Function from the type list. Click on the Estimate button and select the water content function that you want to use. Define the saturated conductivity and the residual water content of the water content function. One of the new features in GeoStudio 2007 is the ability to clone functions, analysis, graphs, or boundary conditions. Cloning allows you to create a duplicate item that can then be modified quickly to reflect different values. Once again, by holding down the Control key, you can view both of your estimated conductivity functions in the same view.
全杰科技，谢谢您，再见。